This how I do. This is how I do. This is how I do. It's mute still, no sound.
One more time.
I know what to do. Nah, I get it. I get it. I know what to do. Listen, you gotta talk to somebody. You gotta talk to somebody. Let's see if the volume come back now.
Yeah.
Yo, Starberry.
What's good, son?
Yo, Jada. If you could come back right after Starberry, be great. Swiss on the check-in. We lit the night, Starberry. We lit.
I see you always.
Let me explain something to you. First of all, I don't love you. I worship you.
Nah.
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 Now I'm gonna tell you real talk. I fucking love you beyond the love. You understand what I'm
Love is
saying?
real. You know the
And
love is
if
real.
I've never got to tell you this before, I'm telling you it now. We watched, me and my family, we watched the documentary last night, A Kid from Coney Island. It was so inspirational to me. I mean, I know, I've been with you since day one, and I pretty much knew most of the stuff I didn't know. I know you've been to China. I know you got statues. I know. Is it true you never lost the game in China?
Nah, in the finals.
Never in the finals.
Nah, never in the finals.
Yo, Steph, so what's ironic to me is I remember when you was in Minnesota, and I believe that you would have won a chip with KG if you would have stood there. It's cool. You was young. You probably want to come back home. But isn't it ironic that you felt like Minnesota was such a faraway place and ended up in Beijing, China?
Yeah, I mean, when you're young and you want what you want, that's what it is. I mean, but if you don't go through that process and you don't experience all of what you experience, you don't get to be in this space right here. So it's cool. It's not a bad thing. It's just something that happened. It's something that we want when people speak about, oh man, what you and KG would have done. So, it's all part of the journey at the end of the day.
Yo, Steph, man, I remember the one game at the Rucker. First of all, I wouldn't have been the winningest coach, me and Mousie, if it wasn't for you, your brother Zack. Zack would go in there and beat motherfuckers up. Then we pull him out. Like, Zack was no joke, right? And I think even though he's taller than you, he probably had like a Napoleon complex because he's your little brother. So he really want to show these niggas it's Coney Island.
Always,
Real.
always.
And I remember one game, and unfortunately, it always, you came out the same draft for AI. AI was first, you second. All those all-star games was you and AI. I remember when I brought y'all both to the Rucker, it was you. I don't know if you remember. It was you, AI, and Rayford.
Come on, I remember all of that.
Hey, yo, but Steph, I remember you came with the low shit. You do the low shit. Yo, you saw the document. What? Yo, when you get low, Steph, slow motion, you come with the low shit. And then you pass the shit. I know everything about you, man. I know everything about your signature move when you spin around and you do that pass real quick. You whip that shit on them. What I didn't know was that you was doing that shit since high school.
Yeah, this wasn't new. All of the stuff that's been going on, the way how I played in high school is the way how I played in the NBA and how I played in China. A lot of people don't know a lot of stuff about me. So the documentary, it put a lot of emphasis on all of the things that was done 20 years before that. You know what I'm saying? From playing in the park. My game was always the same game from little kid all the way until, now, even when I'm coaching.
Yeah, so is it frustrating to coach? Like, so
It's
uh,
a challenge.
I see Michael Jordan, he owned the team, and every time something go wrong, you can see he wish he could jump on the court and play. Have you been
100.
presented with that feeling yet?
It's sometimes for me, I kind of remove myself after playing because I was done playing. But there are times when you want to, like in practice, I'll go over and show guys how to do certain things at a certain speed because you can't get on the court and play lackadaisical. You got to play at one speed in order to be able to play the way how you want to play. That's the only way to dominate. if you don't do it the same way consistently every single time, it's a little challenging.
You know, I had Mike Bibby up here the other day, and he was saying you was
That's
the
my
worst
brother.
person. He didn't want to play against you for nothing. He said you were strong, you could score, you could drive, you could muscle him, you could. He was like, yo, I hated playing against Steph.
Mike, Mike was nice, so I had to make sure I went at Mike the right way. You know what I'm saying? I made him better, and you see when he started getting older in his career, he just started to do his thing always. So I got
Who
him when he
you
was younger.
who you like? Who used to like lose sleep to play the next day? Be real with me, Steph. Like who
Rod
you used to be?
Strickland,
Rod Strickland? Did you get to
Rod
play Rod
Strickland.
Strickland? I thought he was before your time.
Nah, I played against Rod Strickland. I played against him like towards the end of his career, like
But
when
you
he
was
had like
mad
five
young.
years
You
left.
was mad. You was way younger than Rod
It was
Strickland.
the most, yeah, but he still was playing. He still had the same game. His game is pretty much the same as well from when he was younger. Just disgusting. I mean, strong, get to the basket, shoot the floater, the runner, left hand, right
I
hand.
thought
It
you
was
would
really
say
hard to guard.
I thought you would say AI Kobe.
Yeah, Allen and them was always hard to. You knew what he was gonna do. You knew he was going to score. You know he was going to shoot the basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like that was Allen. That was his job. That's what he did. But when you playing against guys that pass, score, you know what I'm saying, that was strong, that's a little difficult to guard. Night like for a long for 36-minute period, it's a challenge. But Allen, you chasing and running and contesting shots because you already know what that's gonna be. Trying to, if you could keep Allen to 30 points, that's good because you know Allen gonna do that. He
Yo,
gonna
let
do
me tell
that.
you something. I told a story the other day, and I'm sure I got a million with you. But I told a story one day we hung out at Jimmy's with AI. We got
Oh
so
God.
drunk, my nigga, right? We in the drop top Bentley. We pull up
Twist.
in one of my man's house on East Tremont. We spend the night. He played the Knicks the next game. He was vomiting, all type of shit. He woke up. He was like, yo, I got to go down there. I got a game. So we went to the game to watch him play. The man dropped like 60 points. Like
Yeah,
I thought like for sure they was never gonna let me hang out with this guy again. Cause we got so drunk and
that's
everything.
Chuck. Once Chuck get on the court, that's it. It don't matter if you hanging out or not. That's him. I mean, it's ultra. He's like a different type of alien, yo. Completely different
Yeah,
one. I mean,
that's
one of
real.
the
You
illest
know,
ever.
with you and me, you know, in life, unfortunately, I think people get bad raps, right? Since I met you, although you had the Coney Island swag, you ain't no punk, you from Brooklyn, you know, I really knew you, and I really knew your whole entire family, all your sisters, your father,
No
rest in
doubt.
peace, your mother.
No doubt.
And since the day I met you, I always knew you came from a great family, right? And when they was giving you a bad rap and all that, I couldn't understand because I was like, yo, this is the best guy in the world. And sometimes, Steph, it just happens, you know, that there's actually good people, that exceptionally good people that people somehow seem to always want to fuck with and give them a bad rap. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's about what you do. You can't control what people are gonna think or what they're gonna do. As long, only thing you can do is control you. And the real is always gonna be the real. You're gonna always be able to see it, feel it. The energy don't lie. You know what I'm saying? You can't do the things that you do on earth without being positive, being true to the game, being real with it. So at the end of the day, it don't really matter what people say or what they think. What only matters is what you do.
Yo, Steph, let me tell you something.
That's the real.
You know more about this COVID-19 than anybody on any
I don't.
American that ain't around the president. No, no, no. You definitely know
I
more
just be
than any
studying.
American. Yo, let me ask you a question, right? Was they in China when the virus was in China? Because I know you've been in China for 8 years. You coach in China. You got statues. Was it attacking the people with like diabetes and asthma and stuff like that over there too? Or is
I
that something
mean,
new that we're seeing over here?
I don't know, to be honest, as far as that. I'm hearing more about that at home than I've heard about it here. But people here passed on as well from the disease. So it wasn't like people weren't dying from this. Um, I think there aren't that many ob obese people here. It's not that many people here with diabetes, but there are people with those symptoms as well. So, I mean, I can't really speak on that, but what I can speak on is this is the time for all people in America, especially Black people, Puerto Rican people who live in the hood, who eat a certain way, for us to change our habits and change our ways and how we live and how we eat. I think health is definitely wealth. That's the most important thing. Making sure that you take care of your body, make sure you know what you're putting inside your body so that you can try to live a longer life. At least give yourself a chance. And I think with this disease and so many people being affected by it, it's definitely showing that we have to take another step in our lives as far as changing things and doing that in how we eat.
Now
I
that's
mean,
it's
because that has the
definitely
effect.
now I'm realizing that it's you was first and you was like, take it real, y'all. This ain't a game, this ain't a hoax. Cause you know how to
Nah,
cause I can't even understand. So say South Korea is the one place that kind of like beat the corona. But
career, yeah.
they have people that are way more disciplined than America. So
That's
like
what
my
it is.
little
It's
man,
different governance.
yeah, my little man from Dubai, Rashid Behassid, he told me nobody's outside of Dubai. The 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 king said stay home, they stood home.
I
But
mean,
here
that's
in
the difference in governance, though, yo. I mean, that's basically what it is. You got people, you know, they don't really trust and believe what's being said. So, and then there's no real solution for people to actually say, okay, we got a solution in place. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, and then we're going to beat it. The people flatten the curve. The doctors and the scientists, they don't flatten the curve. The people do that by trying to figure out how they can stay home and make money at the same time, because that's the big problem right there, because people right now, they need them to work. So you got those people still going out, not realizing how just coughing and sneezing, how that can affect, even just talking, can particles come out of your mouth and people don't even realize and know it. So it's a real serious thing. And then I'm looking at home and I'm seeing people still on the train packed. Nobody has on a mask. I mean, it's a little scary looking at it and seeing it, and knowing what's happening and what's going on with this virus.
and knowing that what it takes to turn this thing around is scary
It's hard.
because I don't see Americans really falling in line. Like, so you got some people who staying home, quarantine. A lot of people, and then you got people who don't care. Today, I seen my man Sean King on his Instagram. I saw like 6 cops pulling the dude off the train because he didn't have the mask on. Now, I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, it's his rights. They threw him off the train. He wasn't bothering nobody. But last week, we had a brother who was a bus driver from Michigan. He went on Facebook and he said, yo, man, this lady just coughed on me. People should show respect, coughing their arms. Like, I'm driving the bus trying to feed my family. 2 days later, he died. So the homeless are the homeless, my brother. You keep asking me, what about the homeless? They are the most vulnerable people in America with the coronavirus. They don't even watch TV, most of them. So they don't even know what's going on. They got to hear from somebody wear a mask or whatever the case may be. A lot of things with the homeless, uh, you know, deal with a lot of mental illness too. You know what I mean? And sometimes when you got somebody in your family or somebody deal with mental illness and they can't change and you can't change, and then it's just a matter of like a lot of people just been trying it and they gave up on them. So now we got the homeless out there, and they affected the jails. It's killing the jails right now. It's killing the jails right now.
I know.
And So you believe this came from Chinese people in Wuhan eating bats?
Nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Do
I
you
don't believe that.
would you like to say your conspiracy of what you believe, Steph, or no?
I mean, it's so many different things that are out there, but I know that the origin of the disease, from what I'm reading and what I'm hearing and seeing on TV, is not that. Um, I think there are so many different viruses out there in the world that you know you don't know, and this is another strand of the virus. So that being said, until they can find the patient zero, that's when you're gonna know where this started from and how this all happened. But at the same time, there's so many different things. I hear 5G, I hear it was man-made, I hear a variety of different things. I think in the future, in time, we'll find out exactly what happened and where this started from and how this all progressed. But I don't think it's right to say it's a Chinese virus because it's not fair. I mean, it's people in America who were born in America who are Chinese, who don't even know how to speak Chinese, who never even been to China, and they're American. So I don't think that that's right that they have to deal with things like that and feel that way. I mean, that's discriminatory towards people.
You know it's their time. You know, when 9/11 happened, the first phone call I made was to Khaled because he's Muslim and Arab. And I was like, yo, don't come out the house without the hammer because, you know, it's crazy out here. So I remember how getting on the plane, every time a Muslim or Arab person got on the plane, everybody started looking around like, you know, they terrorists. And it's just another form of racism
It
because
is.
the virus started in China. You know, I don't believe you should call it the Chinese virus and that all Chinese people are evil.
I don't believe they should call it the Spanish flu. I mean, people saying they called it the Spanish flu 100 years ago. I mean, was that really where it came from? Did it come from that? But people, I heard that it came from out of America in Kansas. So you hear you hear these things and you listen to these things. You really don't know at the end of the day. You only
Yeah,
know what is actually happening. And I think the focus should be more on everybody trying to figure out how we get control of the virus, opposed of all of the other different things that they're speaking and talking about. Because at the end of the day, it's here and you can't stop it from being here. The only thing you could do is try
that's
to
what.
contain it
Let me
and get
tell
in
you
front of
something.
it.
That's where I agree with you because every time I come on here or in my DM, they keep sending me 5G, different conspiracies, the Illuminati. They want one money. They want more. All right, yo, listen. Fuck it. It's the 5G. It's the Illuminati. It's this. What I know is they saying stay your ass in the house or you're
Right.
going to die or someone in
Yeah.
your family is going to die. So hello, you won is your conspiracy. But what I do know is that you need to sit your ass in the house. And for some reason, and especially in the hood, motherfuckers don't want to sit in the house, Steph.
I know. I see it. I'm looking at it. I'm witnessing it. I'm watching it. But it's the same thing. It's like if you it has to have some balance. And I think with people being able, to get a stipend from the government, I don't know if that's enough. And then some people, they don't have direct deposit. So what about those people? Now these people got to wait 5 to 6 months. So, you got to try to figure out a way. Being that we've never experienced this before in our lives at this time and period in life, 100 years ago, something like this happened where there was a pandemic in America. So now we're experiencing something that we've never experienced. Only people that experience this are the people that are in their hundreds, and they were kids. So we don't have anybody to reference or go to speak to. We only got analytical data that is out there. So from the past, and you know stories that were written, and things that they spoke about from that time. So right now we're trying to figure out how to build a solution and platform in America to follow. And I mean, first thing is how we got to make sure that the nurses and doctors are taken care of. If they go down, we done. So like those people, those like the doctors and the nurses, when they're helping the patients that have this virus and they don't have a mask and they don't have all of the protective gear. Like in China, the people were wearing hazmat suits, glasses, masks. They were wearing Pampers. Like literally, they were wearing adult Pampers. They never took off their suits. When they took off their suits, they isolated after that. The people that are in New York, they're going home and isolating at home. Like that's crazy. They should never go home. They should never be going back to their families and being around their family. They should be in an area that's contained and that's isolated, and give them their own proper space so that they could quarantine themselves and then go back to work. Because those people, you don't even know if the doctors have got it, which I heard like 700 doctors got a nurse, between doctors and nurses in Detroit. They got the virus. Now that's 700 people that's out.
Nah, that's a fact, man. So we got to protect our health care because they're on the front line. They're the angels about of what's going on here. You know, this thing, man, it's a serious thing, but all I could do is say, all right, fine. It was like me. I was scared to fly. You remember Steph. When I first went on
I know.
the first plane I ever went on, while I was talking to the guy, I was in Teterboro, he locked the door, right? And while I was talking to this guy, he pulled, Steph, Swiss, I got you in 5 minutes. He pulled the door, closed it without me noticing I was getting a drink, and the motherfucker took off. And once those wheels went up, I was on the plane for the ride. We ended up going to Miami, right? When I went to jail, you know, you think about what if this, what if that. The minute they open that gate and throw your ass in there, hello, I'm here. It is what it is. So
it's the real thing.
I can't really get into too many conspiracies of what all these educated guys, I don't know what they think they could do with imagining that it comes from the Illuminati or from this, that. I don't know what they think. What I know is
it's here.
It's here, and the people saying stay home so we can contain this, bro. That's all I know, man. And all I'm saying is people got to stay home so they can stay healthy. You know, sometimes you could catch the virus and don't know for 2 weeks, and you're infecting everybody. They have one guy in New Rochelle, man. I would like to know who this guy is. He infected 134 people in like 2 days.
Yeah, it's serious.
He obviously was dapping everybody.
You can't have, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, when people was like, yo, they imposing martial law, I'm like, at this time, we've never been in this space before. So if you've never been in this space before, you gotta
Steph, suppose they impose martial law. Now, what are these great conspiracists going to do? These guys like to talk shit, my nigga. Yo, they like this Instagram, all this has become the barbershop. Like, what are you gonna do? Yo, bro, it's litty. They got the tanks out here. Now, what if they give you a nice smack on your ass with the tanks? What are you going to do? Like, yo, I can't, man. I can't. Yo, Steph, the movie is called
A Kid from Coney Island.
Yo, let me tell you something. Yo, Uncle Dan, what's up? Yo, it's so amazing, that movie, bro. I saw it with my daughter. My daughter said you look just like your son. Obviously. Is your son playing ball or he ain't with it?
Yeah, he's playing. He's playing. Yeah, he hoop.
He balling?
He's balling.
And
he's definitely balling.
Man, I saw moms, I saw sis, I saw your brothers. I seen everybody, man. I love you for real. I love your family.
I love you too,
real.
kid.
I was honored to be a part of the documentary.
Did you know your thing?
I mean? I was honored, and I was trying to explain to my daughter who Sham God is. And I was like, yo, Mike, you're supposed to go to the NBA, you know?
He was in the NBA. Sham played in the NBA.
He did?
Yeah, he played in the NBA. He didn't play that long, but he played.
Yeah, but I was telling her there's NBA Russell Westbrook. There's players right now, CP3, that use the Sham guard move.
Everybody.
They study Sham. Those are Sham.
Everybody.
Moves.
Classic.
Nah,
Classic.
I love
Go ahead,
you,
do
Steph.
your thing. I love you too.
I'll be safe.
Love.
Kid from Coney Island, the Fat Joe Show. Hey, yo, Swiss Beats, where you at? We gonna end this big, my brother. Where you at, Swiss Beats? Let's talk this verses. Let's talk this real roller skating in your house. Let's talk where you at. Let's talk this roller skating in your house. Let's talk this big money Iron Man house. Let's inspire the people. There go the requests. Man, what a Friday night, man. You got Marbury. You got Kiss. I got to get Kiss back another day next week. Malloy the Future. Yo, Future! What's up, Future? Future's probably the first basketball player. He used to play in Casita Maria over there in 163rd. I used to go see him when we was kids. I guess you was the first nice guy in the Bronx. You know what I mean? At that time, Cape Verde, yeah. Yo, Swiss, where you at, baby? You know, there you go. Zone. Yo,
Zone.
as promised, you know I don't
But
play,
I
man.
can't
When
hear
I
you.
say
Hold on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Oh, the fucking Bluetooth. Yeah.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
I can hear you though.
Click me out and click me back in.
Wow, I don't know how to do that shit. Man, you know how to do that?
Start it over. I can't hear you.
Okay.
Restart the live.
We're gonna restart the live, y'all.